Our next match. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 66 kilogram weight class. He's coming out of the red corner. From Miami, Florida, representing the New York Athletic Club, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Alejandro Sancho. And his opponent, he's from Spring Creek, Nevada, representing the United States Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up at the blue corner for Bryce Saddoris. And our official at 66 kilograms, Mr. Jim Spielman.
Okay, here we're going to do it. 66 kilos. These guys button heads right off the bat. Saddoris in the blue, Sancho in the red. Bout number 2. First one, as we said, went down in Las Vegas. And it was Bryce Saddoris coming away as your winner.
And it was just a 1-0 win for Saddoris, I believe a passivity point. And if you're Alejandro Sancho, you got to be licking your chops thinking, this guy can only score 1 point on me. I've got the youth. I've got the big moves on my side. I just got to find my way to get to him. As you see him getting to that over-under now, maybe looking for over-under body lock is Sancho. And you see Saddoris really getting those hips back, not feeling comfortable in this position.
Sancho, this hips back. Headlock for a big headlock. He's going to get 4-0, and they're going to go 1. I got 4-2 over here. And the final call will be 4-2. So it's going to be 4 for Sancho. They're out of bounds, no points on that last one. 4-2 as we go back to the center. Sancho coming out and setting the tone early.
He's not going out with a 1-0 loss this time. He's going to put all his chips on the table. And as I mentioned, he's got the big moves. That's what's on his side. There you see him looking for an arm spin. He wants to make this about athleticism. He wants to make it about big moves. He don't want to make this a positional 6-minute grind. That's what Saddoris wants. Saddoris wants to be in your face, grinding for 6 minutes and wear you out. Sancho wants to put big points on the board.
And Bryce wrestled All-American at the Naval Academy, so he knows about that grind that is college wrestling. We're going to try to bring that same style, like you said, relentless pressure for an entire 6 minutes, and he's going to continue to press forward, but he finds himself in a 4-2 hole here early, and Sancho not going to back down.
Not at all. Jumps out to that with that nice headlock, but gets countered for 2. But still, you take 4 and 2 all day if you're Alejandro Sancho. Now that puts the pressure on Saddoris, who might have to open up and can't just be content just to hand fight and take ground. Although Sancho has to stay assertive, stay in the middle. You don't want to get put under because, as we just saw, Saddoris has that gut wrench on top, and he was able to turn him. You don't want to go under him again if you're Alejandro Sancho.
Let's see if Sancho takes his foot off the gas a little bit, or if he presses forward and perhaps tries to go for another big throw. And you said it, Christian. You could see Saddoris was not comfortable. He got his hips real low, was backing, as Sancho basically turned his hips and flung Saddoris right over his back for 4.
Yeah, first huge move of the night and got the crowd fired up a little bit. And they're going to warn Sancho, and that's his first warning for passivity. And the next one will give Saddoris an opportunity on top. Sancho trying to hold that ground. You know, Saddoris was an All-American at 157. Cutting down, this weight is 145.5 pounds. Big cut, but with a big cut, you probably got a nice, strong body there. Probably going to have a decided strength advantage over the younger and apparently it looks, just eyeball test, a little bit smaller Sancho.
Yeah, Saddoris looks a little thicker, and, we were here yesterday as the athletes all came in. As we go to break, and it's going to be 4-2. But as I'm saying, we were here yesterday as the athletes were weighing in, and Bryce Saddoris had the classic looks of sucking a lot of weight, the cheeks sunken in, the sunken in eyeballs. And there's Saddoris over the corner, getting toweled off, getting dried off, getting some words of wisdom from his coaches. The same now we see for Alejandro Sancho. Saddoris.
Sancho taking a little extra time getting back. I'm sure he wants to get a couple extra breaths, focus himself, as Saddoris is going to be bringing the heat right off the whistle there. Now chest to chest. You see right away.
And Saddoris had a basically front headlock from the feet. Sancho able to shrug it off. Now they come back to an over-under tie. Short time, and now another for Saddoris. And they called nothing. I thought I heard a, they do have 2 confirmed, excuse me. It's going to be 2 blue, 2 for Bryce Saddoris. So the score's tied, though Sancho still with the lead as Saddoris works on a gut here. Trying to make the most of his time on top.
So 4-4, but as Bader mentioned, Sancho has criteria by having the bigger move. He got the 4. 4 is bigger than the 2 2s, and right now that's the difference. But, you know, we got 2.5 minutes, 4-4, 4 points. I don't think it's going to be enough for Sancho to win. He's going to have to continue to score points because Saddoris is not going to let up.
And obviously as these guys march on in this match, sweat and slipperiness becomes an issue. Locking up those throws becomes a little bit tougher at each second that ticks off, and the referee says stop blocking off. Doesn't want to see the guys blocking with their elbows. He wants to see them wrestle.
Yeah, they want to see him chest to chest, battling in those ties. Don't want to see him blocking off with those collar forearms there. Now we're seeing over-under position. It looks like Saddoris initiating here, and Sancho trying to pummel out, and does. But Saddoris doing a good job taking ground, great position, getting nice and low. Maybe looking for a drag, couldn't get it.
And now back to an underhook on the left side, a shallow underhook for Sancho. He loses it. Underhook on the opposite side, cleared. And both of these guys doing a really good job staying in the center. As soon as they get even a couple feet away, they circle themselves right back.
Yeah, and I'm worried for, and there's a body lock attempt from Saddoris, and there's Sancho now.
Sancho trying to go bigger! Alejandro Sancho takes Saddoris over for 4, doubles his score to 8. And the big lead, Alejandro Sancho taking ground here and taking charge and control of this match with 1:15 to go. Looking at this point anyways, Christian, like he's going to force match number 3 as he got a lift but no throw on it.
And it was Saddoris who initially initiated that body lock, getting his hips in there, and that gave the opportunity to Sancho to get to his over-under body lock, and he's got the guts to go for it and gets his 4. And now Saddoris in a hole here, down 4 with just 55 seconds to go. Sancho in position to pull the upset and force our first 3rd match of the night.
And I tell you, the crowd really getting into this one, as obviously it is a very entertaining and high-paced bout with plenty of action. 40 seconds to go, 35 just about on the clock now.
And Sancho probably going to be a little more conservative here, going to block off, not going to give Saddoris an opportunity on top if he can help it, as Saddoris getting to that underhook, but Sancho doing a nice job pummeling out. And Saddoris doesn't have that big move arsenal. He's a little more traditional Greco wrestler, likes to get on top, work his gut wrenches. He likes to force takedowns with pressure there. As you see him get to that underhook, just 10 seconds to go here.
And it looks like, unless something crazy happens, he's going to pull the upset. And there you have it. Alejandro Sancho takes bout number 2 by a score of 8-4, and indeed forces match number 3 with 2 electrifying 4-point throws, Christian.
I can't be more impressed with him. To